Doom, dum, dum, dum. It looks like the pod track is moving up and down. Streamlabs moving side to side. Can you believe it? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Well, bitch, it's Tuesday. Pay up. All right, listen, everybody, calm down. Listen, no. What you got to do right now? Listen to me. We apply common sense. It's a common sense podcast because Generation X, Gen X talks, and everything in life, every picture, every song, every movie, every political move, everything on the internet. Gen X pulls back, looks at it with a very skeptical, objective nature, and then we make fun of all the shit you guys do because you're all wrong, we're right, and that's the way it's going to be. So beginning, we've got to do, no, listen, I'm not done. There's some instruction here. You got a couple instructions. If you're going to participate in this live stream, there's some instructions. Number one, put the cats out. Shut the door. Let the dogs in. Why? Cats don't seem to like the program. Dogs do. Dim the lights. Turn up the volume. Get an adult beverage. Sit down in your favorite chair and relax. You get 1 hour. You don't have to think about anything. I'll do the thinking, which should fully corrupt you completely. But there's a job here. You're going to drink and believe every lie I say. How am I going to convince you with? Oh, I'm going to drink too. I will drink and tell lies. You'll drink and believe them. Do you see where this is going? Good. Glad you're coming along. All right, so we got to begin at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. Now, you guys know this picture. We start off with a shot glass with the sun setting over behind a $1.2 million view, live from the Foxhole in Minden, Nevada. This is the sun setting over the rim of South Lake Tahoe, the mountains behind it. That's what they are. That's what they're talking about. Can you see it? Yeah, but not so much. The glass is in the way. But I got to explain something to you. What you guys don't know is this is a numbered shot glass. Yeah, same view, same sun, same view. This is a Gen X Talks number. We did 200 of them. I know you still can't see. Everybody's squinting right now. How's that better? Sun Valley Fox, my brother-in-law, has shot glass number 127 of 200. These are engraved. These are engraved shot glasses. So when we tell you that we have a BOTGN, Bottom of the Glass Nation show, because the truth is at the bottom of the glass. He's got his glass and his hooch. I've got mine and my hooch. Do you have yours? We got to get to the truth, and the truth is at the bottom of the glass. Keep drinking. The truth will come out. All right, let's go.
Callie Cat's reporting in as a harem girl saying the general looks handsome tonight.
Well, thank you.
There is a couple people that are questioning if your hair is in a ponytail or if it is cut tonight.
It is not. Now, if any
it is not what?
It is not in a ponytail. Now, to be fair to all of you out here, if any of you had been members of Patreon, paid members, that's $1, or a paid member of the General's Lunchbox on Facebook or on YouTube, there's a membership thing. It's $1. You would have seen all the pictures earlier today in the comments. You get to see some now. But then you got to scroll back through and look it up if you don't know how to, if you're not part of the program. But they're up there on the member site. Everybody got an early peek, an early view like you do. Member sites get all the cool shit. Patreon gets a little bit more than everybody else. I'm not allowed to disclose what that is, but those of you that are part of the $5 club, you know exactly what I'm saying. Hubba, hubba. All right, let's go. So do you guys are thinking about my hair and my background. Look at Gen X Mom.
They're saying it. They like it.
Because we don't have the studio decorated on her side yet, Briggs came in, threw up a green screen, and said, "Dad, you're good to go." And with little help from Mother Nature, we created this background. You know what? You're always sexy when you're wearing glasses. But now you're in a classroom setting. You got that teacher vibe. Yeah. Say it. Molecules. God, that's hot. That just does it. I'm telling you, it's just lower the glasses. Okay, so good night, everybody. Calling show. We're done for the night. We'll catch you guys. But no, we're not. It's tempting. It's awfully tempting. All right. Do you have anything between the sheets? For those of you that don't know what's going on, to my left, to your right, is Gen X Mom. And on all the platforms, we have moderators copying down what you say. If you guys have something important to say, you guys have something mean to say, you say it. The moderators write it down. They copy and paste it into Google Sheets, which is where Gen X Mom is. My wife is between the sheets right now, waiting for you. Which is where we all want her. So go ahead.
Johnny over on Facebook says, General, the beard is looking too Amish.
Too Amish. I think the word you're looking for is Ominous. Ladies and gentlemen, I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. I'm sorry. I can turn it. It's going to be distracting. I could dim the lights. I could put up a picture, but you know what's behind the microphone. Now I'll give you one quick look.
Looking hot there, honey.
All right, we're done.
All right.
That's all you get. What do you got between the sheets? Gen X Mom.
Colonel Sanders cluckfuckers.
Colonel Sanders cluckfuckers.
Yay, I'm at 11 months, almost a year. I can't fucking wait to hit that milestone.
Get his big red one.
Yes.
All right.
All right, that is it for right
That's
now.
it? That's all you got between the sheets? No birthdays, no nothing? It's
I
just
got nothing.
time to get on with the show. All right, go into the drag and drop section of the program side by side. Look at how I have Gen X Mom there. Isn't that cool? Leaving her part of the program? Yeah, you're welcome, America and Denmark.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you. So any of you who arrived late, any of you who didn't know what's going on, any of you who didn't get the notice, that's because you're not part of Patreon. Good moderators on all the platforms can put up a link. It's $1, but you get an email. Just let you know, hey, we're going on. That's all. We're just giving you an email for what's going on before. Also, I'd like to bring up, you guys need to get tickets to the barbecue. It is an in-person meet and greet. Gen X Mom, myself, Briggs, the Gen Z kid will be there, plus staff, names you know, like Iceman from Bodfish, Dr. McDreamy's scheduled. You got Little Miss Hot and Nerdy versus Chef John with the Tomahawk Steak Cook-Off. This is going to be a big event. It's just outside of Reno, so that means you can fly into Reno. There's lots of hotels. There's lots of space. It's going to be held at the Foxhole. St. Donna and the Sun Valley Fox hosting this event this year for us. We're very grateful for that. Also, just see, a lot of you remember that Little Miss Hot and Nerdy was in a woman's competition for a Business Woman of the Year in Reno, and there was a bunch of voting. Voting's done. Now we just have to wait. I think the results come out in October, maybe, or I don't know, in October.
Something like that.
October, November. But
it's closed.
It's closed now. No more voting.
Voting is closed.
So if you guys were using the link to help her to do that, it's done. Now we just all have to wait. We're pulling for her. Hope for the best. We'll see how that turns out. We'll let you guys know when we know. But if you don't get a ticket to the summer barbecue, this is like our 4th or 5th one we've done. And this one is going to be bigger than all the other ones. There's more people, more things. We've already got more people showing up now than we did the last 2 years. So I'm telling you right now, before we run out of tickets, take the link, get it, drive, caravan, fly. I don't know, Uber. Tell Mike Perkins you want him to come pick you up from Minnesota and drive you here. He'll do it. He ain't doing it for free.
Huge car now.
He's not driving an 80s. Well, let's be fair. Mike Perkins did upgrade. He was driving an 87 Ford Escort. He now has an 87 Ford Escort wagon. So now with his 87 Escort wagon, Mike Perkins will drive all over the country, pick you up and get you here. And where do you got to go? You got to be at the barbecue. It is an in-person live event. There's music, there's games, there's all sorts of stuff. Or you can just sit around, grab a chair, grab a drink. There's some hooch. Just sit down, have some food, just enjoy the atmosphere.
Ask anybody in Discord that's been to our barbecues before. Quite a few of you have
Anybody
been.
who's been to these, you know what it's like, and this one's going to be
ask.
better. So, we always talk about how I'm helping out Gen X Mom and the kid with their Facebook stuff. It's really weird the shit you run across there. I was digging this one, though. Ran across this one in Facebook. And I think Low Torque sent me this years ago, but I never listen to what Low Torque says. He's always full of shit. And I always tell him that I opened up his pictures, but I never do. But I think I remember seeing this one. So, Gen X Mom, what would this one be called?
Oh my gosh, the Van Halen van? Wait, I don't know. I'm responding. I'm sorry.
Minivan. It's a minivan. It's a minivan, so it's a minivan Halen.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, minivan Halen. Here's one that I ran across that really nobody had a good caption for, so I did. I want you guys to look at this. Now, we don't have to be superheroes. We don't have to read comic books. But we know who these people are. That's damsel in distress. You got Batman, you got Robin, you got Superman, and she's going to drown in a canoe right at the edge of the waterfall. Okay, how convenient. There's rocks to step on at the end. And I get this, but I wanted you guys to know that when I ran across this, I labeled this on someone else's site. Superman's a dick. Why didn't he just go get her?
Yeah, exactly.
He can fucking fly. Just go get her and bring her back. If you want some drama,
And you notice they put Robin on the outside.
Yeah, and if you want drama, let her go over the cliff. He can still get her before she hits the bottom.
Colonel Sanders goes, Superman's an asshole.
There we go. See? You see what I'm saying? That, and he did it instantly. He didn't think about it all day. He just looked at it and went, what a dick. What
Montana Mama goes, can't Superman easily fix that?
What? Do you see what I'm saying here? Don't worry, fellas. I've got the tree. Here, Batman, I'll hold on to you. What? I don't know. The stuff that goes right by people that my dumb brain, I admit, dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I got that. I know that my brain works differently. We've established that over 4 years. I look at stuff differently than most everybody, except you guys. We're all on the same page. But tell me you didn't just look at that and go, what a fucking asshole. All right, I'm sorry. Got to move on. Here's something that, okay, when I started looking this up, turns out a lot of people are thinking this. I didn't know this. This popped into my head, and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? So I Googled it to see, and the videos that are out there, hundreds, but they all just ask the question I was asking. So I'm going to put it to you right now. Now, if you guys know an answer to this, if you legitimately know an answer, you're not just blowing smoke up my ass, don't piss up my back and tell me it's raining. All right? What are you laughing at?
What? Oh, go ahead. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Well, I was like, okay.
I'm connecting with Wunagi.
Okay. Continue on. Sorry.
I'm going to put it out there. Okay, here we go. McDonald's apparently does like 6 million burgers a day.
So they say.
6 million a day. It's like 190 million a month.
That's a lot of burgers.
Where are they getting the cows? Now, I've driven around a lot, but even if you drove across the United States and you saw 30 million cows, and you stretched each cow out to be a bunch of burgers.
That's a lot of burgers.
You need that many cows tomorrow. Then you need that many cows the next day and the next day. And then you're going to say, well, they import the beef or the import. Okay.
Stop talking logic here.
The math still doesn't add up. And guess what? They sell burgers in other parts of the world too. It's not like the whole world can give up all of their supply of burgers. And cows, the whole world can't go, apparently McDonald's in the United States needs 6 million burgers a day. Let's send all of our beef to the United States. It still wouldn't add up the numbers if you check imports, the import numbers. The math isn't there. No, I didn't do the math myself. I used a calculator. Fuck off. Okay. But then on top of that, let's say you
Even if they were lying about the number.
Well, if you squeaked it out, let's say the number was a little lower, and you squeaked it out. Okay, that's 100. There's 6 million a day, and 190 million a month, and we get some imports, and we can kind of squeeze it all together. And you go, okay, maybe that's believable. Maybe you could finally get the numbers to smooth out to that point.
Even if that was a worldwide number.
Even if it was a worldwide number, just squeeze it out.
Okay.
Then add in Burger King, add in Carl's Jr., add in all the beef at all the grocery stores. No fucking way. No, now we're back to not a goddamn chance. Now my brain is in the mode of, okay, there's underground farms.
No, they're lab grown.
There you go. They're cloning cows, kind of.
Well, I'm talking about the burgers, like.
Okay, what's the other one? What's the other alternative? Is it really beef?
That's what I'm saying. Lab grown.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying that something's rotten in Denmark, as they say in Burbank. Something's not right in Denmark. If you guys know the answer, I didn't bring the story to you, but don't worry. I've done some investigative reporting, and this investigative reporter has come to the answer. We went to the caves of New Mexico, and we found.
Does that make you go,
I don't know the answer. I'm not going to ever know the answer. Oh, you know what? You know where we could find the answer?
Where?
On tomorrow night's Off the Record show.
Ooh.
The Art Bell George Norrie. We start tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on KGXT Radio. We're doing that live.
Yes,
You guys remember Art Bell and George Norrie, where people would call in and tell their UFO, their ghost stories, their Bigfoot stories, how they knew DB Cooper and all. That's what we're doing starting tomorrow. Now, it's going to take some while to get traction, but I'll be there.
It'll be live on the radio station.
Live on the radio station. Now, I think we might have to go live on YouTube with no picture so that I can read comments. I don't have a way to get comments.
Oh.
I might have to put it up but I'm not going to be no camera. No. But I might have to do something simulcast where we can take some notes. I don't know. Or it's all text and call in. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out. But tomorrow's the show. Now you know what I know. You laughing at me or something else?
I'm just going, you're going to figure it out before the show.
I'm going to figure it out. So we...
wow, my comment did not get posted. It got read.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Wow.
Okay, so I have been sharing with you guys some intimate moments of our move, things that we have lost and forgotten about. You guys know what it's like when you move, you tear your whole house apart, you start, pictures and things you've lost and forgotten about that you found after 20 years. Most of it's okay. Some of it's a little disturbing. But I ran across something that as we were loading and unloading from my wife's closet from her 20s that really gave me pause. You know what's really bothering you? You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because I didn't share this information with you because I didn't want you to be prepared with a lie. Okay? So I'm just going to show you a picture of what I found. Then we'll move on. I'm going to show you a picture.
Danny wants to know were batteries included.
No batteries in this one. Now see, that I would have understood. I would have said, okay, I get what this is. This is disturbing beyond that insinuation, Danny H. There's a pair of pants in my wife's closet, and I didn't think much of it, and I was folding them up like you do because there's so much stuff in there.
You were folding?
Oh, yeah, I know how. And all of a sudden, I noticed there's a lot of writing on this particular piece of clothing, and it says in the zipper, never stop exploring. That's what it says in her zipper of her pants. Never stop exploring. Now, how do you approach someone and go, would you care to explain this? Because you know what my fear is, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. She'd grab them out of my hands and go, it was before you. And where do you go with that? All of a sudden you got kicked in the nuts and you've invaded her privacy. So, I mean, I left it alone. I thought I would submit that to my jury of peers and leave that out there for you. I don't know what brand clothing this is. I'm not sure why she had it. I'm still not asking.
Bob McKinley goes, General, who has time to read that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a reminder for her. Never stop exploring. Maybe it's just a reminder. I don't know.
Ace Maduro says maybe that was a message to you, General.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen those pants before. I'm going to say no.
Well,
I'd have to call up old boyfriends of hers and go, do you ever see this gray pair of pants? I'm not familiar. I don't know.
Noel on YouTube says, just follow the instructions, General.
Is that what those are? When you're on dates, do you come with instructions? There's little things on the back of your bra, unclasp here. All right, so I just want to know if anybody knows this. It popped up on my screen. I was going to blow right by it. I gave it a little chuckle, but I don't know if anybody in the comment section knows, Facebook or X or YouTube. Am I the only jabroni that got this joke? Because this guy did this. You know, Coke has share your Coke, and they have a name, and you can have all these names of people on the bottle of Coca-Cola, and you try to find your name or your friends, and I got it. But this one says share your Diet Coke with Dana, and someone wrote no Dana, only Zuul. Does anybody get that but me? Because I thought it was fuck. Oh, you do?
I got it.
All right. Well, I'll give it a second. I'm just asking. I can't be the only.
Dragon Slayer Jade already did it.
I can't be the only jabroni. Okay, Gen X Mom, what do you got?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Somebody did that. Now
Everybody's got
the
it.
thing that would have been better is if they did it in the store and left it there.
Yeah, but El Groucho said, "Are you the key?"
Master.
That's what he just said. Are you the key?
Well, it's the key master and the gatekeeper. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
E Fog said, "Are you the gatekeeper?"
There we go. But see, this would be good if you did this in the store and left it for someone to buy.
True.
They did it at home. I get it. But see, again, my brain got it and took it a step further. I apologize. I don't know why I'm like this, but I am. All right. I also have a complaint about the world we live in today. I do have a complaint. You might think I'm complaining about old timers, old boomers like the Sun Valley Fox walking around with a cane, just repeating words to themselves. Yes, that is a complaint I have, but nay, I say, that is not where I'm going this evening. You might think I complained about the world of politics, up, down, left, right, red and blue, them and us. No, not that either. Or maybe I'm going to complain about children today. Goddamn kids, get off my lawn. No. I think I found something a little more important that we should all be focusing on. Toys. I'm a little upset about toys.
Today? Just today?
Just today.
Okay.
Look at the picture on the screen. This is just one small example. I want you guys to realize, I think back in my day, toys tried a little bit harder. I've seen the toys that we're buying for the children and the grandchildren. They suck ass. These toys did things, and there was opens and closes and shot things in the air, and there was hidden compartments and pieces that did things, and you could get more pieces that do more things, and things that flew. I'm just saying, toys tried a lot harder back in the day.
You know what? That's because we used our imagination.
Well, just like you posted something on Facebook about cereals don't try that hard. Cereal boxes do not try hard. Fuck, half of them come in bags. You can buy cereal in a goddamn plastic bag.
There's no fun in that.
Cereal tried harder. Do you remember the ones that had a record on the back? You could cut out the record and play it on a record player.
Yep.
Now, that's a cereal that put forth some effort. Cereals used to put forth some effort. Toys used to put forth some effort. So for today's cereals and today's toys, shame on you all. For shame.
Fisher-Price is slacking.
Yeah, slacking. Hasbro assholes. All right. This picture I stumbled across. I've got more questions about this than just one. Now I'm going to leave this up there for just a moment before I begin speaking. I'm going to leave it up here for just a minute because there's several things that come to mind. I know there's obvious ones. You guys are going to state some obvious ones, but I think we can go a little deeper. Number one, who put the fucking blow-up orifice in the horse's asshole? That's one. Number two, why is this guy blowing it up at all? I'd be like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. Maybe I'd stick an air compressor nozzle in it and get that shit done fast. But if you think I'm going to be huffing and puffing at the back of this thing, that's two questions. Third one, why is the fucking horse smiling? That's
and why
three.
does he have to blow it up between his legs?
Because that was the first question. Why'd they put it there?
But you can do it from the side.
So I'm on question 3. Yeah, he's standing in the wrong spot.
I mean,
so there's 4 questions. Gen X Mom's right. You could have stood somewhere else. Okay. Now, why? Here's another one. Why is someone taking a picture of this?
Because they thought that was funny.
Now we're up to question number 5. That none of this fits together. Now I'm going to go to question 6. Did you think we'd get 6 questions out of this? Yes. Question 6. Once this is done, and the pictures have been taken, and all the explanations have been given, what the fuck? How do you play with a toy this big? You can't ride it. You'll squish it. It's too big for a pool toy. So again, question 6. The fuck do you do with this once you're done other than put it in your yard and stare at it? I don't know what you do with this particular size toy of this caliber. Now, maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm dumb. I've been both those things many times, and I'll probably do it again.
My Little Pony in a whole nother...
Yeah, it's his little pony for sure. I'm just asking. I'm just like I said, this thing raises more questions than anything else. Another thing that popped into my head, do you remember 80s Fabio? Remember Fabio from the 80s, and he was on all the romance novels and stuff. And I finally figured out how he got his hair like that because I did it today. Before I went to get my hair cut, my hair turned out like his.
It was long.
And no, and it was flowing like that. But I know how he did it because I did it on accident.
What was that?
I ran out of my 89-cent shampoo, my Head and Shoulders with the mint leaf. And I had to use your shampoo. So, and this is what happens right here. This should be titled, "This is what happens when you use your wife's shampoo and conditioner on accident or when you run out." Now I got it. Now I see how he did this. It just occurred to me. Anyway, I'm letting you guys know. I don't know if I brought this up last week. I don't think I did. But this is also something that bothers me deeply. Okay?
Okay.
Look at that picture. Everybody knows what that is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You know what it is. And you might even know what cartoon or cartoons, plural, I'm referring to. Mm-hmm. I have just a simple question. When did mice quit making mouse holes like this? Because in cartoons in the 60s and 70s, I don't care if it was a mouse hole on the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, or Bugs Bunny, every mouse hole looked like that. Now, I got to be honest, as an
They had an
adult.
archway.
Yeah, I got to be honest, as an adult, I've dealt with mice chewing through walls and shit
Yeah,
and
I
chasing
haven't
around.
seen one of those.
Have not seen one of those.
No, haven't seen
I
one.
just am curious, when did mice start slacking?
They started slumming.
They started slumming. I just want to know, when did mice give up on this? Or maybe this is only in Malibu and Beverly Hills. Maybe this is a Beverly Hills mice. They hire a construction crew to come out and build the mouse hole before. I don't understand when that quit being a thing. Maybe you guys could answer that for me. All right. Anything between the sheets we need to know about?
They're not moving on up. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Rocketfish says, is Sahara H the $2 hoe?
Oh my God, Sahara H is the luscious, delicious, wonderful, exciting $2 hoa.
Graham Gordon, $2.79 for free trade whiskey. Happy Canada Day. It's their Canada Day.
Yeah, I heard you guys buckled under and said, okay, Uncle. We give Uncle Donald is what you guys said.
Chad Hoffman on Facebook. Beard isn't as good as Iceman from Bodfish.
Fuck that guy. Who said that?
Chad.
Where is he?
He's in Facebook.
Oh, shit. I can't do anything to him on Facebook. That motherfucker shows up over on YouTube. He's gone. Goddamn hillbilly redneck.
He's also earned his 1-year badge tonight on Facebook, Chad.
Wow, far out. Good job.
Scott Royston for $2. Hey, handsome general, thank you for being handsome.
There we go. Somebody's giving me a little handsome. That's 2 handsomes. One from Calicat, one from Scott.
Kaylash is celebrating 28 months on YouTube tonight.
Nice job, Kailash.
Let's see. Graham Gordon celebrating 26 months on YouTube.
Yeah, but Graham's from Canada, so 26 months Canadian. What's the transfer rate there? The differential rate between, it's like he's only been around like 18 months or something. There's a transaction differential.
All right. Dale Wine on Facebook. Gen X Mom is always looking awesome. Yes, General, you're always handsome as well.
There you go.
On
Just
Facebook.
throw that out there. Okay. That was gratuitous.
Chris Coe gifted 1 membership on YouTube tonight. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thanks, Chris.
Johnny O made a comment of that's why you had 8 kids. I don't know what the comment was for.
Because of the handsomeness.
Oh.
I got asked that today by the lady who cut my hair. She's a professional barber. Like, I went to a barber shop and it was a woman who was there, and she said, "You had 8 kids. Were you bored?" And I said, "No." She couldn't keep her hands off me, and the woman went, "I could see that." Thank you. Right in front of my wife, too. Don't think it didn't happen. It did. We're getting to that in a minute.
There are going to be barber stories coming.
Coming up. It's coming. All right.
Sean MacArthur over on Facebook Personal. Here's 200 stars for the happy couple. New beginning fun. Enjoy family. Thank you so much for
Believe
that.
me, with all the moving and the house hasn't sold yet, we are scraping for every dollar. So thank you. Anybody who donates anything to the gas, I will dance for my supper. That's what it's coming down to. Thank you for that.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Spot and Stock, you sent 5 Gen X Talks memberships on YouTube tonight.
Now, see, when you give memberships like that, that's fucking huge. It lets people look behind the curtain. There's over 4.5 years of stuff to go scroll through and see. Personal stuff, but you get to look at it now if you're a member. Don't forget that. Okay.
Right. It's all you.
I want to get serious for a minute, if I may.
Ooh.
Want to bring the tone down a little bit. There have been several opportunities presented to our family because of Gen X Talks that we wouldn't have normally gotten. Briggs got to jump out of an airplane with the Golden Knights Elite Army Unit. That would have never happened but through Gen X Talks. I have been on the Chris Cuomo show 5 times, flown to New York, would never have happened if it were not for Gen X Talks. Briggs was learning to water ski with world champions on a very expensive boat. There's many things that we have been fortunate and blessed with the opportunity, not to mention being involved with all of you folks 3 nights a week for years, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But something came up. Christine Matlock, she's married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
Never lost a case. And she took over as a product manager, and one of the first things she did, I don't even know how she pulled this off, because to me it's like putting an elevator in an outhouse. It don't belong. But somehow there is a very prominent museum here in downtown Reno, very expensive, and somehow she cultivated a relationship where I get to go into this museum and You know how paintings have names on them, the something and the Mona Lisa and all that. And what they do is this museum is trying to cross blend heritage with kind of a new generation thing. And they picked me to rename some of the most famous paintings on earth just for this gala, just for this showing. So I got to go in there. I couldn't take pictures, but I can show you the pictures of the painting. And then I talked with the curator, and we wrote down some ideas. I think it would be fun to share them with everybody. You know, what the conversation. I put on my best look. I put on my thinking cap.
For it.
I dressed up for the occasion. I was in top hat and cane. I looked like Mr. Peanut, but more in the shape of a pear. Mr. Pear Nut. That's how I went. But so here is one of the pictures here.
Chestnut?
A chestnut. So you're going to call me an acorn or a walnut. You're going to call me a walnut. You dressed. Could you stop? You're ruining my lie. It's a perfectly good line. You're fucking up. So there I was in the museum, downtown in Reno. And this one came and said, they said, Gen X Dad, General, sir, what would you do here? And I'd say, well, this is clearly a woman who, after a night of drunk texting, was looking at her phone going, oh my God, what did I fucking do? You see? Now you can name that. And that's what we're working on the name, but you got to have the context. And that's what they brought me in for, was context. Very old painting. Here's another one. If you look closely at this one, they said, General, what is this woman doing in this picture? And I said, it's easy. She is listening to her rich friend say how he got rich and how I'm making all the mistakes with my fucked up money and how I could be more like them if I would just invest and do things the way they did.
Oh, I had a different take on that one. Glad they didn't ask me.
What'd you say?
I was going to go, oh God, my husband's talking again?
Whoa. You did not just say that. Did you just say that?
That's what she looks like right now. Oh my gosh, my husband's talking
I've heard
again.
this story before.
So many times.
Okay, we're moving on. You are really fucking up this segment. You know that, don't you? So at this
You want me to stop talking?
At the Serious Museum downtown, why would you stop? Is there really an off switch? Why would you stop now? Because I'd like that in other areas of my life. God damn it. All right, here we go. Here's another one. I'm not sure if she's holding a mirror. It kind of looked like she was. Again, I think she woke up after a night of partying and goes, I don't even recognize how I got this hickey on my neck. Because I think that's a mirror. And she's like, well, how the fuck did that get there? No idea of what happened at the party the night before. But she clearly drank way too much. Now, this is good. This is helping everyone bring these old paintings back to life, I say. That was a good one. Just thinking of it from the Gen X point of view. This one was an obvious one.
I thought of something different too.
What?
Oh my God, did that just happen?
You know, I think you're speaking from a little bit of experience, it sounds like. You're hitting a little close to home on some of these.
Oh, my God.
All right, here's the other one. This one was easy. I didn't even hesitate. This particular picture was super simple. And when they looked at me and said, General, what do you say here? I go, this is a mother and father with a large family of 8 to 9 to 12 kids an hour before we're all supposed to get in the car to go do something.
Oh, my God.
We're running late, and this is what the house looks like. Maybe an hour, half an hour before we're leaving. This is what this clearly, everyone's trying to get ready to go do something, and they're all running late. No organization. That's a pretty easy one. They really didn't need me for that one. Here's another one. Now, this one I had to write down and hand to him because I didn't want to embarrass my wife. She was in the room with me at the time. But ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit this to you. Men, try not to react if your wife or your girlfriend is in the... Please, try not to be obvious if you agree. You can kind of nod a little bit, but don't get... This is my wife when we're at a big function, a party, and I whisper to my wife, okay, don't make it obvious, but turn around and look at that guy over there. This is what my drunk wife does. I can whisper, hey, don't make it obvious, but when you get it behind you over there, this is what she does. So we had to come with a name for that, but this is clearly what's going on in this picture. I think we've all lived through that, men. Would you not agree? Thank you. Good. Glad you're coming along with me on that one. All right. This is another one. This was a clever one. They actually wrote this one down fast. This picture right here of this woman looking out her window, super easy, barely an inconvenience, as they say. This one is titled, Me Looking Down into My Neighbor's Side Yard After I Put a Burger King wrapper in their vegan trash can. Both the people that live in the house next door are vegans. She put a Burger King wrapper in the trash can, and they're outside fighting over it, and she's just been sitting there waiting for it to happen. Clearly, that's what's going on. Got to title this one, Looking Into My Neighbor's Vegan Trash Can, where I placed a Burger King wrapper. I think that fits, doesn't it? It's apropos. All right, one more, last one. Doesn't matter how far back in time you go. Doesn't matter what business or corporation you're with. This can be all the way back from the 14th century. It doesn't matter. This is a dude who woke up at 7 o'clock, and he's the guy giving the company presentation at 9 a.m., and he hasn't done shit. And everyone's in the next room getting ready to go, and he's there with 2 hours to go trying to figure out his presentation, his PowerPoint. He's trying to get his shit together before the meeting. If this isn't a corporate picture of how that shit flies, nothing ever will be. All right, you can begin clapping now, because that was a good segment.
All right.
Go ahead.
Through your whole segment right there, we were buffering, pixelating, but they could hear you, just so you know.
But the pictures is what counted.
I know. Now it cleared up, so we just
cleared
kept
up
going.
After the pictures?
The last one, I could see the last one right now, so.
You fucking kidding me? Things are going great here. Everything's running smooth.
I know, it looks great, and then I saw it, and I just let you keep going, so audio was.
Are we okay right now?
We are good right now.
Well, go back and look at the stream, because those were fucking great pictures. God damn it.
Hydrate there, General, please.
I just did.
Disney Sammy Joe popped in.
Sammy Joe?
And Trippy Pineapple. They both are on the East Coast right now.
Sammy Joe +1.
She says she heard a rumor. Let me see that hair, sir.
It's gone. You cannot braid it. We're getting to that. Let's move to that section right now just to make everybody happy. Sammy Joe, if you're there, I'm going to show you how this goes. All right, so.
She's there.
If you got, are we okay? We're not buffering? Everybody's good?
No, we're good now.
Okay.
Looks good.
So can you turn Kennedy up to 2, please?
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. I want to tell you how this went. I needed to get a haircut. I went into Minden. I went into Gardnerville. There's like not that many haircutting places there, and they're all booked up 8 weeks. 8 fucking weeks. And Sun Valley Fox would not give me the name of his barber. He's like, yeah, I really don't want you. I don't want a bunch of my friends knowing you're here. So I had to abide by that rule, and I couldn't go to his. So we drove into Carson City and just started calling. And I called up, and this one says, this lady answers the phone, and we said, hey, do you take walk-ins? She goes, that's all I take. That's all I take is walk-ins. No credit cards, no debit cards, just cash, $20. And she hung up. I'm not telling you, this is, my wife was in the car with me. She hung up, looked on speakerphone, and said, well, should we go there? And Jennick's mom goes, that's exactly the lady you need. So we go there, and I walk in. This room is a 10 by 10 room. And when you're outside, it's 2025. When you walk inside, it's like 1945. I walk back out, I walk back in, and the room didn't change, no Twilight Zone. And I said, hey, I'm the one who called you. She goes, yeah, sit down right there. Wait your turn. This woman was probably, well, she grew up in the 60s in Berkeley. Does that set the stage? Okay, good. And I said, the chairs were so like little kid chairs. I said, if I sit down on that, I won't be able to get back up. I can't physically do it. It'll hurt my knees and kill me. She goes, go wait in your truck. When this guy walks out, you're next. I went out in the truck. I'm like, oh my God. Jennick's mom is laughing her ass off out loud. I didn't see the guy come out. She comes flying out the door. I'm parked right in front of her door. She goes, well, come on. Got her scissors in her hand and her comb. All right, so I waddle my fat ass in there and sit down. And I said, well, just so you know, my beard was down to here today and my hair is down there, and I'd like it all cut off. She goes, no. I said, no. She goes, you look good like this. I prefer men with a big beard, ZZ Top beard. She said, long hair, it looks good. I went, well, I wanted to say, unfortunately, I'm not sleeping with you tonight. I'm sleeping with her.
You don't know her that well yet.
No. So I said, well, I got to do this. It's kind of a thing, and I got to get it cut. She goes, all right. And she starts tearing into me. I just barely gave her any instruction. She wasn't bashful at all. I mean, clip, 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 shang, 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 boom, 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 boom. And it was like Helga's House of Pain. She didn't care if there was knots in my hair. She didn't care if it hurt. Nothing. I think she was sharpening her knife, her blade on the back of my neck. She didn't care. But she did a great job. And every song that was from the 80s and 70s, she was singing along with it. She knew old songs.
She was. Yeah.
She had some old stories. We started talking. We were getting along great. I mean, she
knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh, she knew.
That's all she does is men's hair.
Yeah, it's all she does is men's hair. And this lady, she didn't give me permission to say her name or to show her picture. So I'm being careful about that. But if I had to recommend a place to go, this is it. Clean Cut Barbershop. And I walked in there, and I'm telling you that you can see my truck in the mirror. I was parked right in front of the door. And this lady was, I'll go back. She was incredible. So here's another picture of me going in there. This was how long my hair was. This isn't even as long as it was. This is still curly and wavy.
Oh, hold on. Matthew Lambert just chimed in and said, she's awesome and treats the National Guardsmen really well. I used to go see her every other week. Is she still off Fairview in Carson City?
Is she? I don't know where.
Yes.
Yes, off of Fairview. See, there's another dude, and she was great. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up.
Look at that hair.
That was my hair in the back. You know, it's. Remember, this is the Fabio look because I used my wife's
girls would kill for that hair
product, and then this is curly. It's longer if it's wetter and straighter. You can make it another 3 inches longer.
That's just ridiculous.
So there we were getting ready, and then there was this one. This is a better view. See, advertisement, Clean Cut Barbershop, but this is don't fuck around with this woman. This is letting you know she right up with you with a straight edge, scraping off the whiskers cleaning up your neck with a straight edge. With a straight edge. Telling you, I'm ready to fucking go. And she's reminding, as she's doing this, she tells me the story. You know, there was a man one time that was getting a little handsy with me while I was cutting his hair with the scissors, and I poked him. And then she pokes me with the scissors to show me what she did to this guy who was getting a little too friendly. And
she was younger.
Yes, well, I didn't insult her and say, look, you got no fear of me running my hand up your leg, because I didn't say anything like that. I just wanted her to take the scissors off my neck. But she did it, and she cleaned me up there. So then it came time. It came time to give the old Watusi haircut, and off it came. Cut it all down, and there's what it looked like on the way home. I did run some little juice through that to make it a little slicker and stuff, but that's the beard used to be whoom, and now it's a little bit shoot. It went from whoom to shoot, and the hair, well, it speaks for itself, and of course, the dark glasses make it better. I will say, Gen X mom could not keep her hands off of me today. Every time in the car, she's running her fingers through my hair. She's smiling. She's commenting. We get home. She's following me around. I'm getting extra kisses today. She kept saying, you are just so handsome and blah, 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 blah. But none of this mattered until we completed one task.
And what was that?
You and I, we had to drive straight out to the foxhole.
Yes, you did.
We had to get St. Donna's approval. Now, would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, that I at least got a 5 or a 6 from St. Donna?
Yeah, she liked it.
She was okay?
I think it was higher than that.
What do you think? 7, maybe? She's still not fond of the beard. That's not her thing. But I have lost 82 pounds. I have cut the hair to be respectable. I have trimmed the beard back to respectable. I told you guys that starting once we got up here, we were going to put 110% effort into Gen X Talks and make the entire thing a big, fluffy, robust brand. The kids been putting out shorts every day. Gen X Mom's been changing the Facebook stuff. Instead of doing 3 a day, she's doing 15 a day. I mean, the effort we're putting in, all the programs that are coming down the pipe. We're doing one tomorrow. We have a staff meeting tomorrow. But right after that, we're doing something brand new. It's called Off the Air, Off the Record, Off the Record, On the Air, Off the Record on KGXT Radio. It's going to be like an Art Bell thing. You get to call in, tell me your ghost story. I don't care what it is. Tell me about Area 51. Yeah. I got some ways to contribute there. Let's make it interesting. You can call in the program, and you can be live on the air, too. That's what we're doing. All right. So, do you have anything between the sheets you need to talk about? Sweetheart.
Well, Sammy Joe approves of the haircut. Finally, she says.
I only did it because I will not be braided again. I'm not so sure you'll follow the rules, Sammy Joe. Arm's length and a notebook piece of paper. And I don't mean thin-wise. I mean taking the notebook piece and sticking it out 8 by 10 or 8 by 11. No, 8 by 11. You got to stay away. I don't think she'll abide, so I just cut it off. Now you're done. How's that?
Top Knots Rule on Facebook gifted 5 memberships tonight.
Thank you.
A stack of pancakes. is a member for 27 months.
Oh, I thought that was something Top Knot's Rule. I thought Top Knot's Rule gifted 5 memberships. And by the way, Life's a Stack of I thought you were going somewhere with that. That's some dude's name.
Yes.
Okay.
Samuel Pancake.
Oh, Sam Pancake. Okay.
Welcome aboard.
Hello.
Fire Woo Dart.
Fire Woo Dart.
It took me a minute because of the haircut, but your face is way thinner, General. Nice work, sir. A big number is right around the corner.
I was thinking that I wondered if I trimmed a lot of it away, if I would look thinner because of the weight loss.
Yes. Even my brother noticed.
Yeah, he did. Also, just so you guys know, I don't get paid to say this, but this whole thing of just changing how I'm eating was from marcyzavala.com. Aren't you going to say it?
Oh. MarcyZavala.com?
MarcyZavala.com.
MarcyZavala.com.
Marcy Zavala, not with an S, a Z. Listen, I'm just telling you, all she did was change a few things about what I'm eating. There's no book. There's no pamphlet. There's no class you take. It was just a big test in the beginning. She said, okay, your body's fucking up. Stop this, start this, and see you later. And she was right. I mean, I'm 82 pounds lighter, and it's not a struggle for me. I'm not having cravings that are killing me at all.
No, you haven't had a soda in
forever.
Ooh,
in fact, I tried one a couple weeks back, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, and we're still working on that because I know the testing. But if you go to marcyzavala.com, if you can get the test done, the money doesn't go to her. That's an outside agency, but she needs to see everything. If you can get the test done, you are one click away from weight, no more joint pain, no more muscle pain. It's all gone. I mean, all my stiffness and achiness is just down to almost nothing. Yours, when you stick to your diet, it's completely gone. You're walking around like an old lady because you fuck up and have shit you shouldn't.
I do.
But that's not Marcy's fault. That's your fault.
That's on me.
All right, letting you guys know,
Okay.
we don't get paid to say that. Just
May I
I'm passing
continue?
it along. Yeah, go ahead.
Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships.
I knew
tonight
he was
on-
going to show up. I knew it.
Cricket on YouTube, $20 to see the handsome general dance. I don't think that's going to happen.
I can dance though. I do dance. I've danced with you.
But I don't think you'll do it for everybody.
Not yet.
John Morgan, $2 should call it the 33 and a third just for the record show.
33 and a third.
I have to roll with that a little bit.
I don't know. Off the record's probably being used by somebody, but if I call it off the record with the general, probably not being used by anybody.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Last one, Corey, Belfast,
Mm-hmm.
$10 on YouTube. I'm from Carson City. Been watching you for years. My family owns Crossroads Bar. I live in Monterey, California. Carson is awesome. Would love to buy you a drink next time I'm in town. Corey.
Yeah, and show up for the barbecue, man. Show up for the big barbecue.
Tell them to go to the website.
Go to the website, genxtalks.com. There's pictures of everything. Click on the picture, you're there. There's a picture of the barbecue. It's an in-person event. It's here in Minden. It's at the Foxhole. You got to come do that. That'd be great. All right, anything else?
That is it for right now.
Okay, so going back to the drag and drop section of the program, we did the haircut stuff. Doom. Yes, just to remind you once again, the Art Bell type of show. This is the thing we threw out there to let you guys know. We put it out there in different places.
Put a reminder on your phones now.
Yeah, just show up like at 6:30 tomorrow and start,
Our time.
Pacific Los Angeles time, because it's 7 p.m. Los Angeles time. We're going to be on the radio, going to be cutting our teeth. It'll probably take a little bit to get traction and get going and make it as interesting as we want it to. We got to learn how it's going to all play out. But don't you want to be there since the beginning? Don't you want to be there since episode 1 when it's 6 years down the road? You can be like, fuck that. I was there at the beginning when he was stepping on his dick and didn't know what he was doing, because that's guaranteed to happen tomorrow. All right. So I got a complaint again about the Jeff Bezos wedding. I got emails. And how can you support a billionaire? How can you? I said, I'm glad he got married. I'm glad it all worked out. He's got so much money. And you know what came to mind after all? Because I did listen and I said, yeah, it's his money. He can do what he wants. But actually, the Sun Valley Fox and I had a little bit of a bonding moment as men about Jeff Bezos' wedding. And I'm not going to say the Sun Valley Fox and I, he's my brother-in-law, for those of you who don't know. I'm not going to say that we were both upset, but I don't know. I think maybe a little hurt. I think Sun Valley Fox and I were a little bit hurt by Jeff.
Invited?
No, you think with all the Amazon boxes you and St. Donna have bought, over the past few years, Sun Valley Fox and I figured we'd get an invite. I mean, I'm just saying, Jeff, we allow this to happen. You think with all the Amazon purchases, you'd have been like, we got to send those to an invite.
I'm surprised you didn't ask us to send him something.
I don't know. I'm just saying we were a little bit taken back.
Registry on Amazon.
We'll move on. Sun Valley Fox now move on. But I remember as we were thinking about this, I turned to get in my truck. Sun Valley Fox turned to walk away, and I heard him say, he goes, "You think you know a guy? You think you know a guy?" And it's true. We don't know him like we thought we did. All right. What else is there out in the real world, honey?
I'm not sure right now. I got nothing in the sheets right now. It's all you.
See, Sun Valley Fox bought a new truck. We'll talk about that later. We talk about things from the past, like why my wife had pants that said, always keep adventurous or whatever the fuck it said. And the car thing and the buying of the cars, it sparked a memory. And I wasn't going to bring it up, but I saw a perfect meme for it. I'm not going to explain myself. I'm going to post this, and I'm going to quietly count to 10, and I'm going to take it off. But the caption of this, as I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is, "I have lived this scene." That's all I'm saying. For your dancing and listening pleasure, 10 seconds. Wrong one. Hang on. I got it here. God damn it. Where'd it go?
Broadcast professional.
Hey. Oh, here it is. Right. For your dancing and listening pleasure, I submit to you this. That's all. I'm not talking about it no more. We do got to talk about a couple things in here. This is, I don't get a lot of political stuff, but let's finish up with this one. Okay, the big, beautiful bill passed. And half the country, like, it's going to screw everybody, billionaires get the money, and screwing the little guy, and everybody's off Medicaid, and everybody's losing their health insurance. And the other side of the country's like, it's tax credits for the right people, and the people that lose Medicaid didn't deserve it anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The truth is, none of us know how this is going to play out. Everyone's just pretending they know. Experts. You got to remember what I told you. Same thing about tariffs. Let's wait and see. Let's wait a year. You give me 1 year and let's revisit this. If you guys want to call it, I found someone who should have been on Medicare. They lost their Medicare. They earn it. They deserve it. And they're off. Yeah. Are there going to be fuck ups? Sure. Do people slip between the cracks? Yep. We're keeping people or throwing people back out of the country. But one time, the wrong person got deported. Yeah, that's going to happen. Sorry. You try to fix it. If a person loses their Medicare and they're supposed to have it, let's try to get them back on it. If your person gets thrown over the wall and they're supposed to be here, let's try to get them back and fix it. That's it. You don't hold that up and go, "See, I told you it's all fucked up. This whole thing is fucked up. Look at the example that's one example. Or 9 examples, a handful out of millions. You just try to fix it. Okay? But what Schumer did at the last minute today on the big, beautiful bill, he invokes the Byrd rule of I think it was 1973, and you can't label it the big, beautiful bill. There's something it's too long, or you can't be descriptive like that, or something, dumb thing.
Only so many letters.
Yeah, so many letters, just some dumb thing, and he goes, so it has to be stripped of its title. Now, 3 minutes before the vote goes through, he does this.
Just because.
Nobody cared. Like, all right, just fuck it. Everyone's still calling it the big, beautiful bill.
Do.
Who cares? So he called it the Act. He changed it to the Act. So, of course, Fox is still going to call it, the big, beautiful bill passed. CNN, the Act. No longer the big, beautiful, no, the Act. Now, I haven't seen that yet, but that's what's going to happen. Everybody who's against it is going to call it the Act. Okay, whatever. And you know why nobody stood up and tried to fight it? Because you don't want to prolong the vote.
No, nobody cares.
And nobody's going to give a shit. Everyone is literally going to be like, dude, call it what you want. Okay, it's the Act. We are all calling it. We're all going to call it the big, beautiful bill. Everyone's going to still call it that. Everybody knows what it is. Nobody gives a shit what you're doing. You can change the name all you want. Nobody cares. Just like you can't change the name of Top Gun to Fun Military Airplanes. Everyone's still going to call it Top Gun. All right, take over for a sec.
I'm taking over for a sec. There's nothing in the sheets. What are you doing?
I'm fixing something.
Dr.
I'm
Satellite,
back.
how much for the general to join the banana sauce union?
There is no amount of money, sir. Although I will tell you, we haven't talked about the Banana Sauce Union in a while and how wonderful they've been about letting us use their trailer without complaining, without hesitation. I mean, that is, you talk about having friends that give and friends that say they're your friends, but they don't show up when you need them. And Banana
He's
Sauce
been
Union,
so patient
he's
with
just
us.
been, I'm telling you, I haven't got permission to say his name or I would, but he has been, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube, he's around, and he's on Discord a lot. But when you see him, Dr. Shadowlight's the name you can look for. I didn't give me permission to say his real name. He's even at one point offered to see if there was a way for the Banana Sauce Union to participate in sponsoring part of the podcast.
Yes.
And I haven't really taken him up on that because I didn't want to get down that road and then not produce. But we're here now. And if some opportunities are coming up. You guys remember Loud One from way back, the bus driver. He's putting on an event. He had talked to me about, doing some promotional stuff, like he could give us a couple bucks, do some promotional stuff. And believe me, when the advertising dollars, even if they're small, they come in, it counts with us a huge amount. And, Christine Matlock, who's married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
She's starting to get into that promotional side of things, and the big stuff's going to come through. But I'd like to lock in some little things that other people are going to have to work around. Someone comes in and says, well, we'll sponsor your podcast. And say, well, but, Banana Sauce Union gets their name mentioned all these times because they're doing it. And they're like, well, we're giving you more money. Well, they're fuck off. They're my friends. I mean, that's the attitude I have. So as you see those things come to fruition, don't think we're taking them lightly. We're not. It's a big thing. And I can never join the Banana Sauce Union because you guys are my arch nemesis. You are. I'm sorry. The Mr. Roboto guy, did he ever join Sonic the Hedgehog? No, it never happened. Did Spy versus Spy ever sit down and have a drink together? No, they didn't. Stuff like that. You always got to stay opposites. But doesn't mean that we don't love you guys.
We have like 2 teams here that are going on YouTube.
We do? What
We
are
have
the
the
teams?
Banana Sauce Union and let me go back. John Morgan's pushing the Order of the Purple Twinkie. So people are putting up banana sauce or purple Twinkie. They're taking sides right now.
We're going to have to integrate that into a show
yellow
one time.
and purple.
That's right.
Not red and blue.
No. All right. What else was there? I just want to touch one more political thing without going too deep. And we talked about the McDonald's hamburger thing.
Yeah.
And it makes you think that doesn't seem likely. Let me summarize the AutoPen thing that just came out. And I actually read the whole article on the verbiage on the investigation. And I think there was 1,035 pardons given over like 2 8-hour periods. And now in the minute notes of the president, what his time is accounted for. What is he doing? 15 minutes with this guy, 10 minutes on the phone call with this guy. I mean, they keep track of the president's time and what he's doing, during business hours and stuff like that. And this was one of the things they did. He did 1,035 pardons with an AutoPen and said, it says in here, how much did you, it was presented to the president, this thing, and he reviewed it. He thought about it. He discussed it. He said, yes, pardon this person. 5 minutes between each pardon. And even if some guy did the math with a calculator, if you took 1,035 pardons and spent 5 minutes on each ones, you couldn't have done it in a day or a day and a half. It would have taken you 12 days or some ridiculous amount. It's not even possible that the 5 minutes they said he spent doing it could have been done. Couldn't even happen. And I'll tell you the most compelling thing I heard from the Speaker of the House when he was being candid. He goes, I was in the Oval Office, this was, 2 years ago, talking with the president, and I said, why did you change the border law? Why did you change the border? He says, no, we're not changing it to this. We're just doing an investigation where we're looking. He goes, I can show you where you signed it that you changed the law. You wrote an executive order to change the rule. And he goes, no, I didn't. What we did, we discussed this, and the Speaker of the House said he had no idea that he had signed a document that said B when it was really A. He goes, I felt bad and I quit talking. He goes, because he had no idea what he had signed. This is 2 years ago. It was a casual conversation. He goes, I had no idea this was coming. He says, I finally said, I will walk out and have your secretary print it out and bring it back with your signature, what you did. And the whole room quickly dissolved the conversation and quit talking about it. Just to give you guys an idea on what they're digging up. And what Trump said the other day about he goes, I'm no longer the hunted. I'm the hunter. He's not kidding. He's hiring lawyers and staff to go after every situation. And for those of you that don't remember this, on his first term, they said, go after Hillary, prosecute her for the emails, prosecute her for the fraud, go after it. He said, remember what he said? Trump said, he goes, no, that's not very presidential. That would harm the country.
That's what he said.
He was a bigger man. He goes, I'm not doing it. I'm going to get back to running the country. That was his thing. Now he said, basically, fuck that. You guys did it to me after I openly said, I'm not doing it to you. The next chance you got with Biden, you did it to me. He goes, so all bets are off. Fuck you guys. I tried to be the nicer guy the first term. I didn't prosecute anybody. Now, coming after you. He's the hunter now. I got to say, I can't blame the guy. I'd be pissed too. And if someone came to me and said, well, General, if you're the president, you're just going after your political opponents out of vengeance. You're fucking goddamn right I am.
After what they
You're goddamn right. They shot me in the ear. Yes, you're damn right. Going after every fucking one of them. All bets are off. But that's just me. Listen, do you have anything else in the sheets? So we got to go. Time to get out of here?
Let me see.
Who got the $2 whore tonight? It was Sahara H. Beautiful Sahara H.
I already told you
I know.
that.
Did we know who it was? Can we remember who it was?
I can't remember who it is right now.
Wow, didn't leave a very good
Chris
impression.
Poe, $10 for the move from the Old Sergeants Fund.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Dwayne Bacon on Facebook. When your son does the Gen X Talks Reels, why does he only ask the general by himself but not the queen by herself?
She doesn't want to be part of that, even more than I don't, but there are a lot of them that, in fact, he had another one he tried to do today to us, because we do them together where he asked us questions about each other. And where they do the thing of like, well, which one of you is smarter? Which one of you is better with money? And we have to point. We play along with him with those things. He has another one he's doing. We just didn't want to do it today.
I'm not as grumpy. I'm not as entertaining.
But he's got one coming because he wanted to do one today. We both went, could we just not? And I ran out to the garage. He cornered me on one anyway. But yeah, it's coming. It may even be tomorrow. He's got a list already made up. So he doesn't ask her because that's not her forte. And she still makes him food. So he's not going to push her too far. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Crisco had a gifted membership also?
He did before.
Oh, I thought it was just now.
No.
Okay.
And the sheets are clear.
The light is green. The trap is clean. The sheets are empty.
Don't forget about tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night. Yeah, bum.
I wrote on YouTube the times for Off the Record.
If you guys are part of the member sites, moderators can put up a link where you can join. It's there's membership sites. It's $1. It's fucking $1. And it's a General's Lunchbox. If you go to the Facebook page called the General's Lunchbox, if you can get in, you can see this. We post things. Patreon's another one. YouTube membership's another one. I even post stuff on Instagram. There's a subscriber page on Instagram. We put some stuff on. If you go there, you'll get notifications going, hey, we're doing this. And on Patreon, you get an email. Half an hour. We're doing the new show in half an hour on KGXT Radio. We let you know the details because that's the easiest way to get in touch with you. There's no other way to contact you directly. Not all of you. I mean, we could do it with 400,000 people individually on Facebook, I guess, but that might be a little time consuming, as you might imagine. Anyway, if you join that, you can get in. That's the way to do it. All right. Are we done, dear?
We are done.
Before we go.
Yes.
Before the shows, now that we're up on the Loop Studios in Minden, now the big change has been made, and we've made all these commitments. I've cut my hair. I'm cleaning up my act. I'm losing weight. I'm eating better. I'm behaving much better. So, yes, I am. One of the changes we made was right before every show, like 1 minute before we go live, we determined we should do one thing with each other before we start each show, just to get our groove back. What did I say?
We tell each other we love each other.
Right before we go.
Yeah.
That's the last thing. We got everything going. Did we send out smoke signals? Did we got the stuff? You going live? You loading the pages? Everything's getting going. That's the one thing we want to do every show, just to make sure that we got that connection before we go. So we did it this show. Going to do it every show. Don't know why I shared that with you, but I thought you guys might want to know. Little personal behind the scenes thing. And this is going to change. This was a temporary new studio thing. You guys know when they're shelving in their stuff there, you've seen what Gen X Mom does. You've seen her capabilities. We're getting there. Working on it. Let me have a little chime off of that. But tomorrow's show starts at 7. All the other shows start at 6, and we're supposed to do on the 4th of July. We got invited to the Foxhole for the 4th of July, but we're supposed to do a garage show.
I know, we forgot. I had told
St. Donna
that we didn't have a show, but we do have a show.
We do have a show on Friday.
First new garage show.
So we have to figure out how we're handling that.
We got to talk to the Sun Valley Fox.
We got to talk to Sun Valley. But rest assured, the garage shows are coming back, and they're going to be fun. Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
That's it. I got to go, you guys. I'm getting out of here. Go to the Big Daddy page. Gen X Mom, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. They're both very important. Number 1, wherever you go, well, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.